Hello Pisces, welcome to your weekly tarot forecast here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of July 25th through 31st. We are going to find out what the message is for you for this coming week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and do share this video on your social media. That word of mouth really helps us out, and I appreciate it. Okay, let's see what is going on with Pisces, July 25th through 31st. What is it that Pisces needs to know? What is going on with Pisces? What is the message for this coming week? All right, we have some thinking going on. Thinking or communicating. I think someone is really trying to get through to you in a way that you're not really okay with. All right, we have the Seven of Swords and the Emperor card. So this Seven of Swords is some communication that is just not getting through. It's not working. So I feel like there is someone that either is trying to communicate with you, or maybe you're the one that's really making the effort. But either way, there's some communication. There's some message that needs to get through between the two of you that's just not able to get there. Now, I don't know if, I think maybe this is you being a little bit resistant just by glancing at these other cards, but we'll get to that. My first thought is that someone is trying to get these messages to you, and you can see those small swords there. They're trying to get here to this central sword, but they just can't quite get through. And I think that is what is going on with you. I think someone really has something to communicate with you. Someone really wants to tell you something, but you're just not listening, or maybe you're just totally unaware that they're trying to say something to you, and you're not, either you don't want to listen, or you're just at this time unable to hear them for whatever reason, okay? But I think with the Emperor energy, I think they are going to get a little bit more blunt, a little bit more aggressive and straightforward. Not in a violent way, but I think they're going to change their tactics, and they're just going to come out and say it. Whatever this message is, I think they're just going to really come out and say what's on their mind and say what they mean. Because the methods and tactics that they've been trying up till now just aren't working. You're not hearing them. So they're going to say it in maybe some stronger words, some simpler words. They're going to say it a little bit louder. They're going to say it a little bit more clearly, and they're really going to try to be blunt and just straightforward, straight to the point, and get their message through to you. I feel like your relationship with this person recently had a major change. I feel like maybe there's not a lot of indication that this was a love relationship. I think maybe this was a close friend. We've got a lot of fire energy, and we do have some other major arcana over here that we'll get to. But I'm thinking maybe this is a close friend, or maybe even a family member, that there was a major change in your relationship recently. I almost think that you completely cut them off. Or something happened that really changed the nature of the situation. And I think it was a major event, or it was a major decision on your part to kind of cut this person out of your life. Okay, I think that's what happened. I think that it was a rather abrupt change. It happened fairly quickly, and with kind of a lot of aggression, a lot of anger was involved in it. It might have been something that's been building up for a while, but I think one day you just made that change, took that step, and gone. Just cut them out just like that in a blink of an eye. But again, it could have been something that was building for a long time, but it just happened very suddenly. When it finally went down quick, and it was harsh, but it was thorough, right? And so now I feel like you're always kind of on guard with this person, and maybe you're aware that they're trying to talk to you, but you blow them off so quickly that it's just, they can't get any communication, any message through to you. Because you have these defenses up. You have, these very you're very adamant that this person's gone from your life and you don't want them back. But they are going to keep trying. I think maybe they feel entitled, or they feel that you owe them this, or that they have a right to say this to you. And I don't know what this message is. This message might just be something as simple as they want to kind of reconcile. They want to call a truce. They want to, maybe not be as close as you both once were, but they kind of want you back in their life, and they want to stop this fighting or this animosity that is going on between the two of you. There are a lot of fire cards here, okay? I want to emphasize that. That's a lot of fire. So I think you're both really angry with the other person. And I think this is just, maybe they want to just kind of stop feeling so angry. They want you to stop being so angry, and just to see if in the future there's any opportunity for friendship again, or whatever the relationship was. But I feel like you were really sure, you were really adamant, and you were really clear and decisive in cutting this person off. And I don't know what happened or why this happened, but it seems like a very definite and deliberate step that you took to end that relationship, okay? And now, like I said, now we have this air energy, these swords that are trying to get through to you, trying to communicate with you, but you are just not having it. They are going to keep trying, and they're going to continue. They're going to continue with this fiery energy, even though it seems like they want it to kind of stop, and they want things to get back to a better place. But they're still going to have to use some stronger words. They're going to have to be more clear, more forceful, a little bit louder, a little bit more direct in that message to you. So they're still going to be using this fiery energy, and maybe it is going to seem like they are just instigating things again, As far as the immediate future goes, we have the Queen of Cups, and I think this is you kind of trying to put out this fiery energy, trying to stop the anger and the animosity and all the friction and conflict and aggression that's involved here, and trying to show some empathy, and trying to be understanding, trying to understand and see where the other person's coming from, and to put yourself in their shoes and understand and calm things down and fight against all of this fiery energy. But we literally have all of this, and we have more fire over here. We have all of this fire energy, and this is just this cup, this water energy over here. That's just, it's pretty much this isn't enough to extinguish all of this fire, this fire is just going to turn all of this water energy back into steam, back into more kind of useless and futile communication. So it really does seem like, the intention to empathize, the intention to be understanding and to have sympathy, and to, to let yourself be open to the emotional, the emotional state of the other person. I think it's not really going to work. You're going to try, but there's just so much fire here that, you try to start having a little bit of empathy or sympathy, and, you start trying to be a little softer in your emotions with this person, but it's just so much fire. It's just impossible to do. It just goes right back to just fighting and arguments and a lack of effective communication. You guys may be communicating, but it may just be like aggression and just harsh words back and forth and just fighting and arguing. It might not be any kind of productive communication. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing with the Seven of Swords here, is that maybe there is communication, or this attempt to communicate, and there's an attempt to empathize and to be sympathetic and to understand the other person and how they're feeling, but it just goes right back to this fire. The fire is crushing everything. It's burning everything up. And I think that is pretty much the summary of the situation here. The Four of Swords here does show that you want to get back to a peaceful place. You want to stop the arguing. The other person wants to stop the arguing too, but as soon as you guys get together, it's just all fire again. And the other fire card, the Seven of Wands here, I think the other person also feels like they, no matter how much they try, they just can't win. They just can't get through to you. They can't make anything any better. Maybe they try to come at you with some gentler words. They try to communicate in a rational way, a softer way, this more intuitive and empathetic and sympathetic way. But they can't. It's just the fire is too much. They can't get past it, and they can't get through it to get through to you. And it just burns everything up, and it's just overwhelming. And there's really, I don't know. There's really no way through this fire. We don't have any other water cards here that can help us out. It's all fire, and this is the only water card we have. And I think this Queen of Cups is overwhelmed by all of this fire. Okay, we have the Sun card here as a major arcana, and this I think is the little bit of hope we have in this situation, that things can get back to this state again. I don't know, it's not going to happen this week, I think that's for sure, but the potential is there. There is hope that this can be at least solved in a more amicable way. It doesn't mean that you guys are going to get back to frolicking on the hillside under the sun, but there is a possibility of at least calling a truce, at least stopping the fighting and putting out some of this fire energy and just getting back to a calmer place. And yeah, maybe one day there's going to be a reconciliation, and maybe one day the friendship or this relationship can begin again, and things can be good again. But I don't think that's happening this week. And even as our more long-term outcome card, we have Art or Temperance, which this card rules Sagittarius, which is another fire energy. It's more fire even. So I really don't think that even in this coming week or the week after, I don't think this is really going to have a resolution. I think what is needed and what is going to have to happen is a slow tempering of this fiery energy. I think as time goes on and as you both make the effort to kind of calm things down, I think the fire will be slowly extinguished, or at least it'll be made smaller and smaller and smaller until there's a little bit more opportunity for some water, some intuition, some empathy and sympathy, and there's a little bit more room for more air cards, hopefully some better air cards that show a little bit more effective communication. So it really does seem like kind of a messy situation right now, Pisces, but I think I think in the next few weeks, I think you'll see that the temperance can really happen, and you can start to calm down your feelings, and then maybe in a few weeks, when you do think of this person, you won't immediately just have all of this fire energy kind of just flaming up inside of you when you think of this person, right? Because whatever happened, I think really is just, it was something where you just really wanted to just cut them out completely and quickly and with no hesitation and no debate. It's just an instant, that's it, right? And then we have all of this fire here that, maybe in the weeks to come, we can see some of this fire energy calm down a little bit, and there'll be opportunity for some changes to happen. But for right now, I think this is the situation. I don't think it's going to really improve much in this coming week, but I think you can work on it. And I think that's what this Temperance card, even though this is a fire card, this is a fire card that is starting to get control of these other fire cards. Okay, this is a fire card that is willing to take in a little bit of water and make a little bit of a better kind of air that can communicate better. And mixing with a little bit of that water is going to make the fire burn a little bit smaller, but then also give you the empathy and the sympathy, and the ability to see the emotional side of the situation, and not in just an enraged, angry sense, but just really to understand where the other person's coming from, what they're going through, how they feel, and then you can start to see things a little bit more clearly. Anyways, Pisces, thank you very much for letting me read for you today. This was your weekly tarot forecast for July 25th through 31st on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you want to stick around for the extended version of this reading, you can become a member of this channel, and all the information is down in the description box. And I thank you so much for watching.